Your book cover might be killing your sales. Readers scroll past it in seconds and you'll never even know why. And I know it sucks to hear that, especially if you spent a small fortune hiring a designer or burned hours creating it yourself. But here's the truth. It doesn't matter how much you spent or how proud you are of it. If the cover doesn't connect, your readers will tune you out. What if you could test your cover with real readers before you publish and you do not even need a deep email list or massive following to do it? Sounds too good to be true? Well, stick around because I am about to show you the platform authors have always needed but never knew until now. CoverRater is a platform built specifically for authors, designers, and publishers who want to stop guessing when it comes to their book covers. Instead of asking your mom, your neighbor, or that one buddy in your writing group, you get real reader feedback that is both fast and brutally honest. Here's how it works. You upload your book cover, set the genre, choose the size of your test, and if you want, narrow it down by age or gender. Then CoverRater puts your cover in front of your readers who match that audience. Now, within about 24 hours, you get scores and comments that show exactly how your design performs. Covers get rated on 5 dimensions: clarity, appeal, fit, demand, and uniqueness. In other words, can readers understand your title at a glance? Do the colors and imagery fit the genre? Does the design look like something they would buy? And does it stand out from the competition? You can run a free test to dip your toe in the water, or you can buy credit bundles if you want more responses or bigger test sizes. And if you're strapped for cash, you can even earn credits just by reviewing other covers. Let's take a look at how this works in real life, because I put CoverRater to the test with a subscriber's science fiction novel and with one of my own nonfiction books. One of my longtime subscribers, W.A. Blinko, aka Wayne, is getting ready to launch his sci-fi novel, Return Fire: The Chronicles of Prion, on November 30th. Wayne shared his early cover designs inside my Discord community. The Discord gang gave him some helpful feedback, but the problem was simple. There were not enough authors weighing in to make a solid business decision. To get something that feels statistically significant, you need dozens, if not actually hundreds, of responses. That's where CoverRater came in. Full disclosure, CoverRater provided me with as many credits as I needed to run these tests. They wanted to make sure I had plenty of evidence to see how their service works. That does not mean I'm pulling any punches. You are still going to get my honest thoughts, both good or bad. Now, we decided to put both covers, the orange design and a blue design, into the platform. We narrowed it down to the science fiction genre, focused on male voters, and ran a precision test with 80 votes. The results completely flipped Wayne's expectations. The blue cover came out ahead in almost every category. Readers called it clear, professional, and a better genre fit. Meanwhile, the orange design, while unique, took hits on readability and appeal. Without CoverRater, Wayne would have gone with his gut, backed by a handful of peer opinions. With CoverRater, he had hard data from dozens of real readers in his genre, and that was just the first round. We did not stop there. We took the reader comments, tweaked the covers, and ran more tests. That back and forth process is where CoverRater shines, because you're not just guessing, you're improving your cover step by step with actionable insights. Now, after that first test, Wayne could have stopped. Blue was clearly the stronger choice, but we wanted to see if we could make the orange cover more competitive. So Wayne took the feedback, tweaked both designs, and we ran a second round of tests. This time, orange made a serious comeback. Clarity shot way up, and overall the scores looked much stronger than the first version. Blue held steady, but orange version 2 showed that a few smart changes can completely transform a design. At this point, Wayne had a real decision to make. So we pushed it one step further. We ran a third round testing updated versions of both covers. Orange version 3 added blue text over the orange background, while blue version 3 swapped the title font to a bold orange, and the results showed both designs had something strong to offer. Now, here is where you come in. I'm going to put all 6 covers up on the screen here. Which one would you choose? Drop your pick and your reasoning in the comments below. Think of this as our own community case study. And if you want to see which cover Wayne ultimately went with, His book is on pre-order right now on Amazon. Head over to dalelinks.com/WABlinko to check it out and reserve a copy of Return Fire before it launches on November 30th. After Wayne's tests, I wanted to put CoverRater to work on one of my own books, one of my recent titles, YouTube for Authors, and we tested 3 different cover concepts to see what would land. The first version came from my thumbnail designer, John. Honestly, I expected it to get shredded, but I wanted to see if the idea had legs. To my surprise, the response was better than expected. Readers said it looked professional, it fit the genre, and the title was clear. Some pointed out issues with the background being a little busy or the play button inside the word for being distracting, but overall, this was a solid start. Now, next, I passed the concept and the CoverRater notes over to my design team at Miblart. They took the cover in a new direction, and that is where things went south. The second version scored lower across the board. Readers felt it looked more like a template than a real book, and some even said it didn't feel like a book cover at all. CoverRater confirmed what my gut told me. Version 2 was a dud. Now, for the third test, Miblart went back to the basics and simplified the design. This one nearly caught up to the version 1. Now, the fit score was excellent, but readers still favored the original concept. The lesson was clear. Not every revision leads to improvement, and sometimes the first draft hits closer to the mark than you realize. Now, in the end, I worked with Miblart to merge the strengths of version 1 with the polish of version 3. Now, I never tested that final version, and part of me wishes I had. But the key takeaway is this. CoverRater gave me confidence in the direction we chose, and it saved me from putting out a cover that would have underperformed. So why does this matter? Because for years, authors like us have been testing covers the wrong way. We pull a Discord group, toss it into a Facebook group, or blast it out to our email list. And sure, you might get a few replies, but that's not enough to make a real business decision. You need feedback that goes beyond a handful of opinions. What CoverRater gives you is feedback at scale. Dozens of votes, sometimes hundreds, all within 24 hours. That means you're not left guessing and you're not waiting weeks to gather a pile of scattered responses. It's quick, it's clean, and it's statistically meaningful. And remember, this is not just a popularity contest. Every cover is scored on clarity, appeal, fit, demand, and uniqueness. Those 5 dimensions tell you where your design shines and where it needs work. And let's be real. Your friends, family, or even your followers might sugarcoat things. They mean well, but bias creeps in. CoverRater cuts through all that. You get straight talk from readers who don't know you, and that honesty is worth its weight in gold. Here is the kicker. This is not for just new authors who have no audience. Even if you already have a platform, you can save time, money, and frustration by testing before you launch. A few credits now can save you from a total redesign later. If you're serious about publishing, this belongs in your workflow. Let's break down the pros and cons of CoverRater. First off, the pros. It is dead simple to use. Upload your cover, pick your genre, set your test, and you're off to the races. The turnaround time is fast. Every test I ran came back in less than a day, sometimes faster it seemed. The written comments are where the real gold is. Readers pointed out things I never would have caught on my own, and those insights gave me and my designers clear direction for revisions. The price is also a huge win. You can start free, and the paid credits are affordable compared to other market testing services. And finally, this is built for authors. You're not competing with people testing toothpaste ads or app icons. It's all about book covers. Now for the cons. The file size limit is a little frustrating. You cannot upload normal ebook cover files, only smaller images under 2 megabytes. It makes sense though from a storage standpoint, but it did slow me down a bit since I had to crack open GIMP, resize the cover, export it, and then upload it. Side note, I've uploaded the normal cover design on accident more times than I care to mention, hence some of my frustration. So that's on me. The reviewer pool is still growing, which is normal for a newer platform. The good news is that as more authors join, the community grows stronger, and your feedback as an early adopter helps shape the platform into what we all need. From what I've seen though, They are actively expanding and bringing in more reviewers all the time. And finally, while the scoring system is helpful, the real magic comes from written feedback. Without that, the numbers alone can leave you guessing. I found I got a lot of feedback for some covers and little written feedback for others. Overall, though, the pros far outweigh the cons. The speed, affordability, and focus on authors make this a service I will continue to use in my publishing process. Take CoverRater for a spin with their free account and test your own covers today when you visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/CoverRater. Now, if you want to see real case studies of covers that went from dud to stud, watch this video right here, Why Your KDP Book Cover Fails and How to Fix It. Click it now or check the link inside the description. I'll see you in the next video.